Hi there, my name's Adam Steiner, from the Midlands. So,
woo, Midlands!
Thank you. I was expecting that. It's quite interesting to be here. Lots of different accents, and obviously with my geographic disposition, I sort of fall between the two camps of the Bristol thing and the north. As Stephen mentioned, Ellie won't be with us tonight, unfortunately, but she was a great person to collaborate with. It's a shame she's ill, but I will try and do her poem justice in my reading of it. Very briefly, we tried to we both approached a journey, and we tried to take journeys from opposite perspectives. And I sort of took it from the perspective of the road, and Ellie went with a mouse. So slightly different, but we sort of went with widescreen, big scale, and very small focus, individual perspective as well. So this is my poem. An important thing to mention is also we started writing them, and we were going back and forth, lots of emails. And partway through, Ellie said, "What about if we just throw something into the mix and change up a bit?" So we noticed that obviously there was lots of snow going around, and we both sort of incorporated the snow into our poems. So that sort of changed the flavour a little bit. So this is my poem, Ode to Coventry Ring Road, a certain shade of grey. The naked duality of a country style, forgotten long and left behind. Over the mile the halfway child is sent to live and leisure, to work and die. Along a canal stretch within Cathedral's husk, some sliver of the city, worn-out trainers who tread old steps, half buried and lightly crushed, desperately seeking reality chic, the urgent X-factor of crossing lanes, preparing to merge, ready for the crash. Driven blood in virgin lines, arterial paths coalesce to a smooth white sheet, cast across the winding dash, scarred by creases of contraflow blasts. This bright night narrows hope, squeezed and held tight, between old tarmac and a tired sky. Headlights nudge, sniffing nose to tail. With asphalt gems and rumbling edge, absent specks settle in ashen collapse, echoes of graceful falling fire. Crooked umbrella wires like thin hands reaching make the simple complex, a fragile template for future peace. The sky blue city swallowed whole, a sun surrenders, reduced to lead. Under belly bridge shadows, car park lovers, pissed streetwalkers and alien hearts, thrown together in an orbital rush, the insignificance of bare skin rubbed pale and coarse, of grey matter and mass gravity, against arched roads bent double, a jumping off point for new beginnings and desolate angels. Caught in the madding static, crowded sensations go nowhere fast, counting down hours to the next escape. Black booms of hanging boughs, remade in ice, drip razor leaves. The park is now a white-out world with unblinking specks of polar bears. A sleeping stranger, drooped face, nuzzles faux leather in psychotic compress, wasted and waylaid, driven round the bend. A short, sharp stab, the angelic cloud explodes, woken by melting shots, spat at glass. From the five-star safety of a manufactured hide, trapped nature's rage against closed doors behind glass walls, but finding no reflection in the rest. Embrace the flux of white, black, turning grey, a passing phase of drive-by concern. Attention switches straight ahead to the mindless givers and endless space takers, the whooshing signs and bobbing sea of stop-start lights, each to their own self-contained set of noble eyes, heart, desires, again facing forwards, not forgetting or always looking back, just to repeat the past. Last exit for the future is coming up next. Okay, so this is Ellie's poem, The Thaw, from the Eyes of a Mouse. Through hedge cross, foxes' tracks, cross cars stink and child's den. Through continuous night, a sodium-flooded day, across the crossroads, across playing fields towards the railway. Thin turf scattered with ice through scalloped railings, under leaves which hold the snow, under the turrets of trees, to the small holes rotted at the roots of fences, to scurry into, through and away from the weight of cold. Then resting, heart beating, under the curve of the missing brick, the space a cave, I breathe. My small heart cannot carry this excess blood. From my mouth I blow red, spray onto the edges of the wall, place a paw on the fired brick, and the red outlines my mark. I draw with a stick into the surfaces with dust. Human faces, bright-eyed on a city street. In the damp end of the daylight, they seem to move as if alive. And then I am away again into the open, crocuses crusted with ice like jewels, snowdrops in snow, a maze of bark and moss towards the bus stop. And the road scattered with grit, I stop to roll in the salt. It is like a dream of the sea, rock pools filled with flecks of oil, and the water curves over the railway bridge, up and over like a cat jumping a fence. The road laid over the loop of the anchor, stones force on air and stones in tumult. Stepped into the space, held for years gone past now, and scuttling down to the laundrette by the junction, where wet cotton churns in metal drums, sodden and soapy as an old man. Sleeps in the corner his dreaming mind, sees circular flights of birds across a purple sky. He opens his eyes, the clouds reflected on his pupils. In the window frame, a centipede crawls along the grain. A rotten wood through flecks of bright blue paint as a car parks outside the newsagent's, a narrow boat between gates. The ripples loosen the swell by the pub, tributaries pulse out towards the sea. Children on the way home from school, knee-length socks and tiny rucksacks, ships in the wind, sailcloth ponytails flapping in the bright sea-ridden sun. A pigeon flashes past a windscreen mirror and over to the sports field behind the sandstone wall, where soil wraps itself in green and brown, the turf billowing up and over pools of last night's rain. A woman steps up from the depth of the mud, covered with sludge. A nymph from the underground, she runs towards the gate and the road, towards the lights, wet fabric stuck to her breasts, and the puddle erupts a fountain of mud, runs as lava across this spring afternoon, and into the pub, morphing around the bar stool's legs. Layering earth and worms on the patterned carpet, on a shelf above the bar, wine glasses rattle a shimmy as at the junction by the kitchen showroom. Pedestrians climb up onto low walls to escape the tide, and all stare back slowly along the lane as the flood drains, and behind the dirt, in clay and brick, a supporting cast of mineral elements. A couple holding hands, their blood weight of bodies walking home, liquid held in tension at the bite of the bone.